Hola amigos, it's Señora Davis and here are your instructions para hoy, el 25 de noviembre. Pues tenemos muchas cosas. You have a lot of things on here today, but none of them really take a super long amount of time. So first of all, you have your communication assignment for the week. For my virtual students, this is nothing new. It's what we do every Wednesday, just a couple of quick questions. For my face-to-face students, though, make sure that you do this. It's just a Google form, and you'll tell me how you're feeling about the work for the week. How well are you understanding the forms of ear? And then explain to me in a sentence why you chose that rating. And you have to use a sentence. Otherwise, I can't count it as communication. And make sure you click this purple submit button, but also submit assignment in Schoology. My face-to-face students haven't really been doing that very often. Make sure that you click submit assignment in Schoology to let me know that that has been finished. So that's your first thing, a quick 2-minute survey on how well you're doing on stuff. And then we're going to continue practicing with ear. So I have your Música Miércoles, Aquí Voy, Here I Go, by Jesse and Joy. You can enjoy that. If you need extra help from this stuff, please join the Google Meet link. I've been just enjoying staring at myself for the last few days. So if you have questions, please join that and ask me your questions so you can get that one-on-one help, because I want to make sure you're understanding it and take advantage of this time that you have with me. So for my virtual students, that's going to be at 10:30. For my face-to-face students, that's at 1 o'clock. So you have a few things here to practice your forms of ear. First, we have a boom cards activity. Where you're going to do some drag and drop and a little bit of typing to practice. And I put my little thing in here to remind you to submit assignment right here. Don't forget. So to do this, you'll log into this window and the assignment will pop up for you. Just give me 1 second here. And this is what you're going to see for your practice with ear. So first, you have your sentence in English, and you're going to translate it using the words into Spanish. So first of all, you need a form of ear in one of these forms in purple that you're going to drop up into the box that says ear. So I go to the park. We're going to use the yo form of ear, which is voy. Next, you need to decide, do I need a, al, or a la? A we use when we're talking about what we're going to do. Al is when we're talking about going to a place that is masculine. And then a la is what we use if we're talking about going to a place that is feminine. So I'm talking about going to a place, the park. So I know it's not just a. I have to decide, is park a masculine word or is it a feminine word? And park is el parque, so that makes it masculine. So we're going to use al. And then I'm going to type in the word parque. I'll submit. It'll tell me if I'm right or what parts are incorrect, and I'll go on to the next one. So for this one, we are going to eat. So we're going to use the nosotros form of ear. And then we need to decide a, al, or a la. So if we're going to eat, that's an action. If you have an action word here, it's going to be a. There's no masculine or feminine actions. Verbs don't have genders. It's just a. And then you're going to type in the verb for to eat and click submit, and it'll move on to the next one for you. So you're going to do these. There are, I think, 14 or 15 of them. And once you're done with it here, you'll click submit assignment in Schoology. And then you're going to move on to your next piece of practice on ear. And the next two things kind of go with each other. I have them posted separately because I didn't want you to miss one part. I didn't want to put two parts in the same assignment and have you miss one or the other. So you're going to do some writing practice with the forms of ear and then some speaking practice with your forms of ear. And they're going to go hand in hand. So for the escribir part, you are going to fill out some Google Slides, just 3 slides, to explain what people where people are going to go and what they are going to do. So when you open this assignment, you'll see a tab. I have in progress and submissions because I'm the teacher. You should have a tab that says my document. And then when you open that up, it will generate a Google Slides for you that I've already created for you to fill out. You can click the button that looks like this to open it in a separate window so that it is easier to edit and to see. And what you're going to do, I have the directions on the slides as well. You're going to create 2 sentences for each person. and say where they're going using a form of ir and what they're going to do using a form of ir. So our first person is yo. So I'm going to say I go to the park or whatever you want to say. And then what you're going to do at the park. I'm going to take a walk. So each of these is going to use a form of ir and a or al or a la. And then where it says dibujo, that means picture, you're going to insert clip art of the place you're going and what you're going to do. So you'll type into this box to write your sentences and insert clip art into these. We have yo, we have Marco, and we have Marco y yo. So tell me where I'm going and what I'm going to do, where Marco is going and what he's going to do, and what Marco and I are going and what we're going to do. So it's just 3 slides, 2 sentences per slide, and a couple of clip art pictures. Now, for these questions that are above here, those are just to tell you what I want where. So, ¿a dónde vamos? Or ¿a dónde va? Or ¿a dónde vas? That means, where are you going? I'm going blank. ¿Qué vas a hacer? What are you going to do? Answer the question. I'm going to blank. So you don't need any question marks. You should not have the word a dónde or qué in any of those sentences because those are questions and we want answers. And then once this is done, please make sure you go and click submit in this window on Schoology so that turns in your slides. So then I can grade them. And then you're going to use your slides in the next part of your work today in Flipgrid. So in Flipgrid, what you're going to do is you're going to share your screen in Flipgrid. There's a button for you to do that, and I'll show you in just a second. And you're going to show me your slides, and you're just going to read your sentences. You don't have to show your face. All you got to do is talk so I can hear you pronouncing the words and saying them correctly. So this is in the hablar section that we're going to be doing for your assignments today. And you're going to click the link right here that says IR Flipgrid. And it'll take you to where you need to go to create a submission. We'll join with Google. And then once it gets to the right window, you're going to click record a response. And it'll bring up your camera. But in the options here, so here's my camera here. You can see me in 2 places now. That's fun. So where it says options, you're going to click record screen. I don't know what window I'm looking at. Record screen. And that will allow you to show your slides in the background. So you won't be in the video, your slides will be in the video. So you'll click record screen, click the record button to hear you talking, saying 6 sentences. Again, it's not showing your face, so you shouldn't be embarrassed. It's just your voice. And then you'll submit that in Flipgrid and go back to Schoology and submit assignment in Schoology here. So it's a 2-piecer right there. The writing and the speaking go together. And then the last thing is some practice with writing sentences and with your forms of IR on GoFormative. I have a lot of tabs running, so it's taking a while for that to load. But you're going to practice in GoFormative, writing out your sentences. Here is that assignment. Holy cow. And when it loads, I will show it to you. It's practice writing sentences with forms of IR. So remember, when you're writing your sentences, you're writing forms of IR and deciding if you need a. Are you talking about going to a place or going to do something, an action? Do you need al? Are you talking about going to a masculine place? Or do you need a la, talking about going to a feminine place? So my preview screen is not coming up for me, so I can't show it to you. There it is. So first you're going to do some sorting, telling me which ones would use a, al, or ala. And then practice writing the sentences. So for these first ones, you're telling me where someone is going to go. So you're either going to use al, a form of IR, and al, or a form of IR and ala. So for this one, we have nosotros, ir, and the cafe. So we're going to have nosotros. Our form of IR that goes with nosotros would be vamos. Here we go. This is a little bit better review. We have nosotros. We're going to have our form of ir that goes with nosotros, vamos, and then the cafe. So cafe is el cafe, so that's masculine. So I'm going to follow this with al and then cafe. Period at the end. So for these first 7, or 8, it looks like you're going to do forms of ir with places. And then for the next ones, you're going to use forms of ir with verbs. So I'm going to find my cat. So I'm going to use yo, that's I. Form of ir that goes with that is voy. Since I'm talking about doing an action, I'm going to just have a. And then to find is encontrar, my cat, mi gato. That's your practice with ir. And your quiz that you'll have on this will be next Tuesday, and it'll be similar to what you're going to do here, but actually even easier. So if you can do this, you'll be all set for your quiz next week on Tuesday. And then once this is done, you'll click Submit Assignment here in Schoology. And remember to make sure you do that for all of your assignments that you have posted here. Now, like I said, I know it's a lot of stuff, but it's really not many of them will take you very long. And you have a long time to do them because we're meeting today, Wednesday, and then we don't meet again until next Tuesday. So it's almost a week to do all that stuff. But I want you to enjoy your Thanksgiving. Please take the time to do your work today, get it off your plate. And then tomorrow, the only thing on your plate should be turkey and sides. So you guys have a great long weekend, and I'll see you next week. Adios.